Woo! What's going on, guys? Arms Forum coming at you guys today with another video. In today's video, we're still doing Lions training camp observations from day 6. I know I am 3 videos behind. Day 8 was today, so I'm going to try to get 2 out right here. Hopefully 1 for sure. I'm running a little bit late again, but thanks to guys like John Macaron, Tim Twentyman, Jeff Risden, Justin Rogers, Eric Schlitt, Jeremy Reisman. These are the Detroit Lions beat writers that are on the scene, putting out the info, and I'm putting that info for you guys, and we're just talking about it. The energy was up again for this practice. Season ticket members in the audience. It was a very high energy atmosphere going on. Padded once again, obviously, red zone day for day 6, 7-on-7s. Goff was 5 for 6, had a touchdown to J-Mo. Jim was looking phenomenal, by the way. Only incompletion in this period was a David Montgomery drop, so Goff was looking pretty decent there. Hooker was quarterback 2 in this situation. You know, him and Kyle Allen are going back and forth in that QB2, QB3 role. He was 3 for 6. He had a great throw to wide receiver Tom Kennedy for a touchdown. He did miss high on a few throws though, but overall he looked really, really good. He's looked much better. Allen, quarterback 3, he was perfect, 6 for 6. 4 were shorter throws, but made a really nice throw to rookie wide receiver Dominic Lovett for a touchdown between 3 defenders. Another touchdown to tight end Brock Wright. Catch of the day was, there's a few candidates on this one, I guess. Tom Kennedy had a nice touchdown grab like we talked about earlier. Rookie undrafted free agent wide receiver Jackson Meeks had a really nice one-handed sliding catch. The winner, though, overall was rookie wide receiver Isaac Tesla with the touchdown catch down the left sideline where he battled a 50-50 ball away from cornerback DiCaprio Boodle, a guy they brought in about a week and a half ago. There's actually footage on this. It's a ball that's thrown in the air. I don't know who threw the ball. I don't know who it was, but it was good coverage, really good coverage by DiCaprio Boodle. It really was, and the ball kind of went a little bit over over Boodle's like hand or his shoulder. And Tesla just had great concentration. It was just really good concentration. The ball was like sliding. He ended up picking it back up when it went down his stomach. It ended up catching the long ball. It was a really impressive catch by Isaac Tesla. Go check it out if you can. It's in one of those reels, in those Detroit Lions reels. It was a really good concentration catch by the rookie. And the rookie's looking really good out there, by the way. Running back to watch, rookie, this is before he got hurt, so spoiler alert, undrafted free agent running back Kyle Robichaux is running hard with authority. Keep an eye on him this Thursday. He won't be playing now. I wrote this actually yesterday. Didn't know that he got hurt today. I think he either got hurt today or he got hurt in day 7. I can't remember, but I am so far behind. He's a physical guy, so hopefully it's not too serious, but he did go into the locker room. Big play, wide receiver Khalif Raymond. He's kind of an afterthought right now. Made a catch, juked out DB Amik Robertson with a spin move for 6. Like I said, vet wide receiver, smallish guy, fast, a punt returner. Makes some catches, here and there. He's your wide receiver 4 or 5. On this unit, on this football team right now. So goes to show you, man, that he's a really good wide receiver, but he's kind of the afterthought right now. He'll still make this football team, no doubt, in my mind, but he's a little bit of an afterthought right now. Now, participation, I probably should have said this before any of this information. Participation, who's practicing, who's not, who's on the sidelines, who's doing what, who's doing whatever. Linebacker Alex Anzalone is officially back. He was mostly working off to the side, though. It's good for Anzalone. He was asked if this was because of contracts. Did you get a little bit of money? He said no in a kind of in a mocking way, like no, like nothing, like to the reporter, like no way, it's not because of my contract. So he's just back. He's back. They brought in a couple guys. Obviously, for visits. I think they brought in Kazir White for a visit. Zach Cunningham has put some good pressure, I think, on him to come back. Zach Cunningham has been looking good in his absence. I don't know what's going on here with the money. I don't know what's going on with Anzalone. I don't know what his thinking is. He said that there was a possibility he was just going to come back and practice anyways, even without a new contract. So it's good that he's sticking to his guns, sticking to his words, that he's coming back. So he's officially back. I think he's still, he's still kind of toying around with that hammy. But he's back. Anzalone's back, and it's a good sign, but he's working off to the side, mostly on day 6. Cornerback Enos Rakestraw Jr. is back. Cornerback DJ Reed and defensive end El Quadra Muhammad off to the side as well, working. So those guys are working their way back. And then safety Kirby Joseph is out. He's been out for a couple days now. I don't think he's practiced for 3 days. If he didn't practice today, it's 3 days in a row. I saw him on the NFL Network. They were doing an interview. It was Stacey Dales and I can't forget the other one's name. Cynthia Freeland. She's a Michigan native. They were interviewing Jahmyr Gibbs. They were interviewing Jahmyr Gibbs, and Kirby Joseph crashed the interview. And when he crashed the interview, you could see him coming in from the back. He is noticeably limping really bad. It didn't look like he was anywhere close to returning. I could be wrong. I could have been seeing things, but this was yesterday. This was yesterday when I came home from work. I was just put the NFL Network on, and they were doing some Detroit Lions stuff that I caught on the NFL Network, and or it was a reel on my phone. It doesn't matter. But anyways, I seen it, and he's noticeably limping. It looked like it was his right leg. It looked like he had his right leg pretty stiff. So I don't know if it's a hammy. I don't know if it's a knee. I don't know if it's a calf. But usually when you're kind of got your legs stiff, I would think that it's probably a hamstring. I could be wrong though. But hopefully it's nothing too serious. But he's missing some time. He's a guy that's not going to play in preseason at all. We need him for September. We need him for September all the way up to January. So, and hopefully playoffs and a Super Bowl. So this is a guy that I don't expect to see much out there within the next whatever up until September. So, he's banged up. And to me, it looked a little more serious than what it is. I hope I'm wrong. It could be just me seeing something that I didn't see, but it looked like he was pretty noticeably limping around. So, but he's out. Then cornerback Stanley Thomas Oliver, he hurt himself again. He came back. He was cut, waived injured. So he's gone right now, and they're bringing guys in and out. We'll talk about that too. Rookie Tyleik Williams is back. It was in the personal. Nose tackle Roy Lopez was back. Wide receiver Tim Patrick was back. He came back as well. Out was running back Sione Vaikai, still on day 6. And then UDFA rookie safety Ian Kennelly out. Those guys are back too, but that's not until a couple days later, so I'm so behind. Hutch swept his one-on-one drills again. He's spin moved to left tackle Dan Skipper. Beat him in 11-on-11 as well for a sack. Hutch is back. Davenport been steady. Hasn't been making plays like Hutch, but he's been very steady. Sewell locked him up on a one-on-one, but he did push Skipper on the one-on-ones. Sewell worked him most of the day, though. He matched up, I guess, a lot with Sewell, and Sewell gave him the business. Sewell's an all-pro right tackle. Davenport, is kind of a bust first-round pick who's got talent. Don't get me wrong. Who's got talent, just can't stay healthy. Has some talent to him, but he's just got to stay healthy. But he was matching up with Sewell a lot of the day and lost most of his reps. It's going to happen. DJ Reader, who's been excellent in camp, by the way, having a great camp. He's given fits to Glasgow and rookie Ratledge, especially in run blocking for those guys. Glasgow and Ratledge are struggling a little bit on the run blocking right now with our interior. Rookie D lineman Ahmed Hassanein, he's had a couple good reps versus Giovanni Manu. He's losing one and winning one. He's kind of going back and forth with Manu. It's a pretty good camp battle between those two going on right now. Those guys have been matched up against each other quite a bit, and they're having a pretty good camp so far against each other. Playing special teams as well, Hassanein, he stayed on the field as a blocker for around 4 to 5 straight reps in a row. It's kind of unheard of, and he was especially gassed on those downs. So, he's staying out there. He's not coming off the field. I don't know if he's doing this and pushing guys away, saying, I want to stay on here. But you don't really see guys doing 4 or 5 straight reps. especially on special teams when you're running up and down the field. But he did, and he was gassed. But the kid's a gamer. He's a workhorse. He's a dog. UDFA Keith Cooper Jr. He's repping that 4-eye still, when that Levi Onwuzurike usually does, but he's done. Performing well in team drills, shedding blocks, setting the edge. His ability to penetrate and rush is very evident. He's been very consistent so far. The UDFA out of Houston. What else? O-line team 1 on day 6 was, hasn't changed. Dan Skipper at left tackle, left guard Christian Mahogany, center Graham Glasgow. It looks like that's going to be the answer there now, guys. For now, it looks like that's happening. Right guard Tate Radlich is what I wanted, and hopefully he stays there, and he's probably the better option for this team. And then right tackle Penei Sewell. So you got some work there. Left tackle will eventually become Taylor Decker. So that O-line 1 still looks pretty strong. Second team was left tackle Giovanni Manu, left guard Natane Mutai, center Tristan Colin was getting looks at the second team, right guard Coyote Iwisika, and right tackle Jamarco Jones. That's starting to round out a little bit more of that second team that I noticed, especially with guys like Jamarco Jones at tackle, Mutai at left guard, left tackle Giovanni Manu. So, still kind of trying to find that center too. Cologne getting the looks on this day. Third team was Giovanni Manu at left tackle. Left guard was Colby Sorsdal. Center was Kingsley Aguakin, who's fighting for that center 2 spot as well. Right guard Michael Neese. Right tackle rookie Mason Miller. Ratledge did win his rep against rookie Tyleik Williams. Skipper beat defensive end Isaac Uku as well. Manu did play some right tackle though. He's not just the left tackle. They did move him over to right tackle, and Sorsdal did play some center. Sorsdal's a guy that, Sorsdal is probably going to be a guy that's going to be a can't cut, unfortunately. He was drafted a few years ago, 3-4 years ago, by Brad Holmes out of William & Mary. I think in the 5th round. I want to say 5th or 6th round. This hasn't really done anything since his rookie year. He was looking like promising his rookie season. It's kind of like, taking a little bit of a dip the last couple years. So this is going to be a guy that they are playing everywhere right now. They're trying to find him a spot. It's going to be tough though. It's going to be tough for him. And then Coyote Iwisika, man, he took care of defensive lineman Pat O'Connor on back-to-back reps. Don't sleep on Coyote Iwisika as well. This is a guy that will probably win a second team right guard spot behind Ratledge and stuff like that. This is going to be a guy that really keep an eye on. Frazier, the rookie out of LSU, could push him, but he's on the PUP list. He's been hurt, so it could be a guy that he could get pushed. But Iwisika, he has starting experience on this team. He's nothing great. He's not a phenomenal guard, but he's serviceable, for a few games here and there. But he's not a bad option. Back 7 is very physical. Barnes, Hammer, Montgomery trying to catch a pass in the flats, dislodging the ball before he could catch it. While Montgomery, he just couldn't handle it, and he got smucked. Barnes did have a sack too, and 11 on 11. Good day for Barnes on day 6. Zach Cunningham still solid, run stuffing. Laporta burned him on a crosser though. It's going to happen. Laporta's having a fantastic camp. UDFA rookie cornerback Tyson Russell. He did push wide receiver Tim Patrick into the backfield, right into the running back trying to catch a pass. So that happened there. He's physical right there. Tim Patrick came out and said that he's not having a great camp, and he's not having a great camp. He's not having a terrible camp, but he's not having a great camp. Isaac Tesla and guys like Dominic Lovett are right on his heels, especially Tesla. So they're giving looks to first team to Tesla right now as well too. So Patrick is a reliable wide receiver. He's a guy that has suffered many injuries in the past. Keep an eye on this, but Patrick should prevail. I would think that he's probably going to be the third team, the wide receiver 3. But Tesla's pushing. Arnold almost picked off Goff again. He was covering Amon-Ra St. Brown. He was out of bounds. He tried to make a toe tap catch. It looks like he was out of bounds. Apparently, obviously, I wasn't there. I didn't see it, but it looked like he was out of bounds. Still a nice play by Arnold, who's improving. Safety Eric Hallett, still impressing. He's playing everywhere. Might as well call this guy a DB now because he's playing corner. He's playing safety. He slipped a block and made a nice TFL tackle for loss. Coaches let him know about it too. Defensive back Avonte Maddox and DB Maurice Norris showing hustle, not letting their guys score, after giving up a catch. So, hot pursuit, getting those guys, not giving up on the play and not letting them score, letting their defense live another day. So that's what this team is all about: hustle and never giving up. Brian Branch, who's another guy that's having a phenomenal camp, blitzing. He's tackled for losses. Big time hits are part of his game, and he's doing all that right now. He looks like a totally different player out there. Well, not a totally different player, but they're just saying he looks like he's ready to rock and roll. He's going to be a guy that's going to be another big time contract coming up. Quarterbacks, we've got some quarterbacks that can run on this team. Not Jared Goff, obviously, but Hooker and Allen have showed the ability to escape the pocket and move upfield for yards. When they're in a little bit of trouble, it's not the first thing they're looking to do, but if they got no other options, these are guys that can do it. Hooker can do it. He did it in college. Kyle Allen can do it. He's got a little bit of mobility. He's not a complete mobile guy, but he has the ability to put the ball under his arms and take off downfield and try and get some more yardage if there's nothing open in the aerial attack. So that's what you're looking at there. The D-line was bullied, man. They were bullying the O-line again, giving the offense trouble in run stuffing, especially the run. They're doing really well in running and run stuffing. Hard day to run the ball against these guys on day 6. They were just playing really well. Some positive outlooks, some positive notes on guys. This I don't really have any total explanations for this, but this is just kind of thrown out there. I believe this was from Jeff Risden. He says some positive notes were from linebacker Trevor Nowatzki, safety Brian Branch, obviously, cornerback Rocky Sin, who's stacked a couple nice days, wide receiver Jackson Meeks, tight end Brock Wright, and offensive lineman Kingsley Aguakan, especially at center. So that's good for those guys, especially for guys like Meeks, Rocky Sin, Aguakan. The other guys are just kind of, Nowatzki's going to be a backup here. Branch is going to be a starter. Brock Wright is kind of he's tight end 2 here. So, but the guys like Aguakan and Meeks and Rocky Sin, that's really good look for those guys. Negative days on day 6 were left guard Sorsdal struggling. Left tackle Dan Skipper didn't have a good day. Safety Lawrence Strickland, especially in coverage. Linebacker Anthony Pittman, who did have a better day on day 8, spoiler alert, but day 6 not. Cornerback DiCaprio Boodle, and cornerback Stanley Thomas Oliver, who eventually got waived. He didn't get waived before this though, so he got waived. Then a wide receiver Tim Patrick had some negative notes against him, and then linebacker Ezekiel Turner, especially in coverage. So, and then Kalif Raymond, like I said, seeing more first team reps right now than normal. Replacing Patrick, like we talked about. Patrick's not having the greatest of camps right now, so they're giving looks to guys like Tesla and Raymond. Can't forget about Kalif Raymond. He's been here for a hot minute, and he is a good wide receiver. He's going to get those looks. Jake Bates was perfect. I don't know if it was 6 for 6. I don't know what it was, but did hit a 63-yarder. And don't forget long snapper Hogan Haddon. He's been flawless as well since the beginning of camp. Nobody talks about long snappers. We don't talk about that much. Nobody really does, but that's a very important part of this football team is the long snapper. And Hogan Haddon has been fantastic. Some more notes. If you're wondering who's filling in for Kirby Joseph on first team, it's Avonte Maddox. I talked about it before. He is safety 3 on this football team, so if Joseph or Branch go down, you're going to see Avonte Maddox come in unless they make some type of trade, pick someone up that's better. But right now, it's Avonte Maddox. He's the guy that's played everywhere. For Philadelphia, he's played at the nickel. He's played safety. He's a versatile kid, and that's what this regime loves. So he's played on the first team D with Joseph being absent. And that's it, guys. That's day 6. That's day 6, pretty quick, 19 minutes. I don't know if I went through too quick, guys. Sorry, but I'm trying to get these 2 in. I was supposed to have one done last night, but just, coming back from work, man, it's just no excuses, but my God, am I gassed when I come home from work, man, especially in that plant that's 100,000 degrees. So it's like, this is day 6, guys. I'm going to try to get day 7 right out to you. You're going to notice I'm going to come right back with a hat on. It's not going to be any different, but just a hat. Okay, so thanks a lot, guys. Don't forget to subscribe on the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell up top. Don't forget to hit the Well, what else are we hitting, man? Don't forget to like, comment, share this out. I really appreciate it, guys. Grit, Detroit Lions versus everybody. Hunting season, baby. Let's go. Bam.